said them girls was super freaks. Okay, they was hey. They always had girls on the bus with them, ready for a good times, and he indulged and enjoyed. Okay, listen. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe, because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now let's talk about Brothers B.O. like George. Ain't that funkin' kinda hard on ya? Part 6 or 7, something like that. Y'all, ooh, you can't tell me shit. You know I'm gonna be selling these on my website, Love Bugs. So I'm excited about my new endeavor, okay, with my online store. It's gonna be a blog / store type website, you know. As soon as I get my lipstick here, then we'll be selling the lips too. But as of right now, I got my shades and my turbans on there. These are limited, guys. So if you want them, you better go run and get them. I got them in blue, black, red, and pink. One nation under a groove. Oh, you can't tell me shit. Girl, they on tour again now, right? The record company had bought them 2 Cadillac Eldorados, okay? Ding, no, right? There's too many ninjas to be crammed into 2 cars. So let me tell you what these ninjas did. George Clinton, you ninja, you. They decided what they was going to do is contact Hertz, okay? Because Hertz did say that they could put you in a driver's seat. So they decided, okay, let's rent a car from Hertz, right? They rented a station wagon from Hertz, okay, to put the rest of the members that couldn't fit in the 2 Cadillacs, because you know it's about 1 million of them in there, okay? They just pick you up off the street. Hey, come on, what can you do? They even talked about this dude named Calvin. Well, Calvin is a part of the original lineup, but Calvin ain't do nothing but stand in the corner because he was shell-shocked, okay? He couldn't really do too much, but they would all get on stage, all right? The rest of them around there acting a ninja, but Calvin in a suit, shell-shocked from Vietnam, standing in the damn corner. Back to the Hertz, all right? Hertz said, let me put you in the driver's seat. Okay. George Clinton said, you want to put me in the driver's seat, Hertz? They got that car and never gave it back. He said because back then there was no such thing as putting down deposits and credit cards. They just went on trust, okay? Trust. It's George Clinton. Okay, George Clinton, the parliament, and you know, you working underneath forever lot, that white man, okay? So we're going to give you this car, you know, and you can do whatever it is you want to do. They never gave the car back. Now also discussing touring, okay? That's what they did. They all hopped in cars. They all went out on the road, okay? George Clinton said it was pretty good for the most part, but there were also petty squabbles. They had Billy, the guitar player, you know, he was a nuisance. He was an annoyance. Now, George Clinton said that he was never the driver. Never. Okay, he said to this day, he still, or as of this book, he still does not have a driver's license, okay? But what he could do is read the hell out of a map. A map is what we used before GPS. Okay, when you go out on the road, child, oh my God, you used to buy these maps from the gas station. I think some gas stations still have them, child. And you would try your hardest to stay on the route. You know, you get your little highlighter, you know, you highlight the way that you want to go. You're going to make a turn on 4th Street, keep going straight. Then we're going to get on, you know, 295, stay there for 13 hours. Then you're going to turn on Walker Mill Road. George Clinton had made it his purpose to stay awake to help the driver, you know, in navigating his way through the country. Now, George Clinton said he made it his purpose to stay woke because every time he fell asleep, you got Billy in the back seat trying to tell the driver about a quicker way or a shortcut. And they would end up way turned around because, of course, Billy knew everything. I hate them knowing everything, mother hunchies. I hate them bastards. If Billy occupied one end of the pain in the ass spectrum, Eddie was the other extreme. He had been sheltered by his mother, and he was real sensitive and shy. You could misuse him, but he could easily misuse you. It sounded like to me that a lot of times Eddie thought that he was manipulating people when in reality they were manipulating him. Eddie was only 16 when he started, but girls of all ages would just fall out of the windows for him. Once he picked up his guitar, guys would too. So this is the first time that I'm reading in this book where George Clinton and Parliament have came up with the notion that we need to create spin-off groups, okay? So there was a new wave of musicians from Plainfield, okay? The two dudes named were Gary Shitter and Cordell Boogie Mawson. They named the group United Soul. We took Gary and Boogie up there and set them up as United Soul. We got them the same gigs we had. They looked like us, sounded like us, and it was like a franchise. Yes, it was a franchise because it's going to be a whole lot more bands after this, y'all. Just hold tight, okay? And they all one nation under a groove. Hey, getting down just for the funk of it. Hey, one nation and we're on the move. Nothing can stop us now. Ow! That first stretch with the band was exhilarating, but it was difficult. And the difficulty was compounded by the fact that some of them were on smack. The older guys, like we said previously, the older guys was like, Then you have the younger guys that were George Clinton's age who also thought that it was corny. But it was that in-between age that, you know, had just came home from Vietnam and were experiencing the joys or the pains of shooting dope. Although George Clinton said that, oh no, that wasn't for me. That's some corny shit for me. Okay, he said he did enjoy the favors that they would receive from the females who did shoot dope, okay, or enjoyed the other spoils of drugs, all right, or, you know, whatever it was that they was doing, okay. They mostly stuck with reefer, okay, and if somebody had some money, they might do a line of coke, but all that other shit, no. Answer no, all right, ding, no. He said them girls was super freaks, okay? They was, hey, he always had girls on the bus with them ready for good times, and he indulged and enjoyed, okay? Listen, I heard one time Nicki Minaj was so powerful that it was a girl in the audience, and Nicki Minaj and the girl locked eyes, and Nicki was like, you, and took her in the back and let the lady do the fellatio on her, okay, and then sent her on her way. I mean, that's what power do for you. Boston was also our introduction to the 3 important letters. Use a lie. Ain't nothing important about LSD. Ain't nothing important about that. Once in Boston, I saw Billy Bass drop acid. He was always a mean little ass. Severely, severely mean in every possible way. So when I saw him with a tab of acid and all of a sudden the nigga is happy, George Clinton like, that mean mother hunchy is happy now? He's smiling and grinning. George Clinton like, I got to get me some of that. Answer no. Ding, no. Just because he's smiling, that means that's what he got. He happy. You may want to jump off a bridge, Georgie Pooh, but it didn't matter, okay? Because Georgie Pooh was like, give me some. We recorded more songs and released more singles, some of which were very good. others of which were holding patterns and still others of which were experiments that gestured towards the future. We had Little Man. We had the goose that laid the golden egg. We had Look at What I Almost Missed. We had What You've Been Growing. We had A New Day Begins. And if there was an overall plot, it was that we were moving slightly towards rock and slightly away from the conventional R&B. Now, at some point, Laverne decided that he wanted to get out of Detroit. You know, Laverne is a dude that, you know, was like the segue to Revelot, okay? His exit was inauspicious at best. Let me tell you what he did. Oh, that Laverne nigga. Laverne decided, okay, I'm about to get out of town. All right, I'm done with this, you know, record business, okay? So he started going around picking up the money for Parliament. Hey, yeah, I'm Laverne. You know, I'm here for the Parliament money. Okay, let me get it. They ain't even performed at the shows yet, but Laverne got a pocket full of money that belongs to Parliament. Okay, so he got the money and then scrammed. We didn't see him again for years until he was well into his next career as a radio man in Philadelphia. And y'all should have found him and whooped his ass. Where my money? Where is my money? Laverne. Much of our inspiration came from the further absorption of rock and roll, and especially the black acts who were changing the face of the genre. The biggest one, of course, was Jimi Hendrix. He was a huge influence on me and on Eddie. If Jimmy was the first thunderclap, the second was Sly Stone. Dave Copperlick, who was the president of Epic Records, had worked with Ernie Harris, my old friend from the barbershop. And one afternoon, Dave invited us into New York to a listening session. The record he played for us was the very first Sly and the Family Stone record. And as he put the albums on, he explained that he was quitting his job at Epic to manage Sly. I mean, dreams don't come true if you don't reach for them, baby. While Hendrix discovered his new sound in London, Sly was doing it in San Francisco, which had the most adventurous music scene around. With the Jefferson Airplane, the Grateful Dead, the Charlatans, and thousands of other bands who were playing around in the space between folk, blues, psychedelic, and hard rock. We had covered quite a bit of ground, from the doo-wop through Motown to the brink of the unexplored land. But we also knew that if you're going to call on something to change, then you're going to have to change. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe, because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans. Now, remember this. The same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. Naysayers, my patron loves. You babies, have a good one. Peace. One nation under a groove. Hey, getting down just for the funk of it. Hey, one nation and we're on the move. Nothing can stop us now.